Hello guys, this is Modest Major here, bringing you some commentary over some 32 and 2 CTF gameplay. It's on the map Dispatch. I've been practicing with my snipe a lot recently because obviously I didn't really like the fact that in my gameplays a lot of my sniping was just mediocre to average at best, and I don't usually pick up sniper rifle a lot when I get into matches because I just don't really see the point. I see it as me wasting that power weapon for our team, especially when I play with people like Severed Void and Silly Solomon a lot, who are actually better snipers than me, especially in matchmaking. But I've been practicing Octagon a ton, just doing no scopes only and constantly trying to improve my snipe, and hopefully that will be reflected in my next couple of videos, especially this one. This one has a almost montage clip in it, and I was pretty gutted when it didn't work. You'll see that later on in the gameplay. Also about the gameplay in the background, it's very close. We almost, it's like, gets tied up to 4-4 later on, and you'll see what happens. It's kind of depressing. I won't go into too much detail, but there we go. I think you know what's going to happen. So, unfortunately, try not to blame me too much. I got a flag cap in it, you know, can't complain. Got a flag cap, yeah. I'm the objective pro. But there's also a moment where I completely ignore a flag. And I have to say, a lot of the time when I do ignore a flag, because I've done that in like 3 gameplays that I've posted onto my YouTube channel, and yes, it's bad. I'm not saying it's a good thing, and I'm not encouraging anyone else to be a kill whore like me, but I am someone who, when I'm doing well, I get like hypnotized by it. I'm like constantly just fishing out kills, and nothing else matters to me at that point in time, and I genuinely think I didn't even catch on to the fact that the flag was near me, even though I was looking in that freaking direction. Take my word for it or not, I don't really care. But there we go. Now, I had a commentary topic I wanted to talk about, and that is regarding next generation and what I'm planning to do. Because if you guys didn't notice, you probably did, Halo 4 has quite a long life cycle ahead of it until the next one. Luckily, it's not as long as the old ones, you know. When Halo Reach came out, it was 3 years until the next Halo game came out. 3 years is a freaking long time in gaming, and it was really, really depressing at the time because I didn't like Reach. I really didn't like Reach, and I'd already waited 3 years after Halo 3. More like 2 years, because the first year I just got so much enjoyment out of Halo 3, it's not even funny. But, you know, after that year was done, I was like, oh, I just can't wait for the next Halo. This is going to be, it feels like such a long wait. And you wait all that time, and then you get Halo Reach. I know there was ODST, but, like, ODST doesn't capture the fun that I had in Halo 3, for me personally, anyway. So Halo 4 has this year, obviously, and a year isn't that much time, but it's something to consider at the very least, especially if 343 don't choose to support their game much longer. There is this definite worry and concern in my head right now that what if 343 have pretty much made all the tweaks they wanted to make to this game, and they're leaving it as this, because I think there are some much needed changes that should be implemented, as I've talked about in previous videos, such as the social ranked playlist is really what's at the top of my list right now in terms of priority. Then adding in the Forge Island maps into the playlist, and just mixing around the playlist in general so that social and ranked integration can work better. And if those problems don't happen, I could see myself playing this game less and less as time goes on. Even though I love this game now, I really do, but in terms of a video maker's perspective, it's always nice to have all these new features that you get to test out each week and something to talk about, and I feel like I'd be scraping the barrel for uploads and just uploading for the sake of uploading, which I really wouldn't like. So that kind of leads me into what my plans are for next generation. I think regardless, I'm going to be uploading Halo 4 up until November when the new consoles come out, that's for sure. And here's the triple. Boom! Oh, shizzle. And then I choke on this because I try and be cool and I fail and I get an assist, which is really, 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 really depressing. I cannot tell you how depressing that is, but whatever. I just soldier on through the gameplay and try and do my best, but there we go. So anyway, next generation. Now, obviously, the first question is Xbox One or PS4. Probably going to have to go Xbox One. I'm kind of debating the idea of getting a PS4 because a lot of people have told me that they're getting a PS4. And also, I've never gotten a Sony console before. I was never into the PS2 scene. I was way into my GameCube back then and my Xbox One. You know, Halo 1 I put friggin' countless hours into. Halo 2 as well. And I was just quite frankly happy with my Xbox at the time. PS2 cost quite a lot for a kid of my age, so I didn't really want to get another console. I'd rather just buy games for the console that I did have. So there is kind of this itch in the back of my mind that, oh, maybe you should try out a Sony console this year. And it could be Sony's year. You never know, because, like, you know, back a couple of years ago, I would have said that, oh, Nintendo is never going to get beaten. Nintendo's just freaking on top. They're the beast. Then PS2 came along, and then people would have said, oh, you know, nothing's going to beat PS2 now. PS2's the dawn. And then Xbox 360... It didn't necessarily beat PS3. They're kind of even, I think, in terms of sales. But still, you know, it's not like PS2 were dominating like they were. It's not like Sony were dominating like they were back in the PS2 days. Because PS2, if you didn't know, is the biggest selling console of all time. Which I just think is insane. Second to that is the Nintendo DS, if I recall correctly. Actually, no. I think I've gotten that wrong. I think it's the Nintendo Wii is first, the PS2 is second, and the Nintendo DS is third. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. PS2 sold a ridiculous amount regardless. Like, a ridiculous amount. And it's just crazy. So that kind of makes me just want to, you know, test out the PS4 and see what it's made of. But in terms of multiplayer titles, the two games that I'm most looking forward to, and I'm a multiplayer player, I've always been a multiplayer player. I love playing competitive, trying to be the best, and trying to, you know, get as good as I physically can be. And in that respect, I'm really looking forward to Titanfall and Halo 5. So I think I'll be buying an Xbox One, and my plans for the YouTube channel is I kind of want to do a next-gen buyer's guide. And what I'll do is, because there's so many people who are skeptical of, you know, the new console and whether it's worth buying, and there's not many good launch titles, not many, you know, hyped launch titles right now. The titles just have minimum levels of hype. Everyone's looking for, like, to the future, where all the big games can come out, like Destiny and Titanfall, which don't come out till, you know, midway through next year, or even late through next year for some games, e.g. Halo 5. Now... So what I wanted to do was buy games like Rise, which is the Roman-looking game, buy games like Dead Rising 3, buy games like... pretty much buy every single game that's coming out on the Xbox One at launch, and give them a little mini review and tell you guys if I think that it's worth selling the console for, if I think they're worthwhile games to play, etc, etc, because... I don't know, that just sounds like a fun idea for me, and it will keep the channel going. So if you guys like the sound of that, let me know. And if you guys enjoyed the gameplay, thank you very much. But I don't think I'll be buying the PS4, especially as Xbox One have sorted out most of their DRM issues. I believe I've heard that Gabaya6 was telling me in the comments that the Xbox One is gonna have a bundle where you don't have to get Kinect with it either, which is a pretty big selling point for me, because I don't want to spend money on Kinect. I freaking hate Kinect. But there we go. I've been Modest Major. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the commentary. Peace out.